What's up guys, welcome back to another video. And today this is something that I want to do to my car for quite some time now. I'm just being too much of a baby to do it. Procrastinating, yes. What we're going to be doing here is, I guess you can say, rebuilding or upgrading. What we're going to be doing here is we're going to be taking my headlights out of my car and taking them apart, putting them in the oven, painting the housing black inside, also changing the side markers from the amber to the clear. I have these here. I've had them since like the summertime and I just haven't put them in because I'm scared. I bought those off of Clears USA. I'll put the link in the description. Those are kind of hard to find now. And besides blacking these guys out, I also have the Halo kit from Lit Lights, and I already tested them. They do work. But this is going to be something that I think it's going to change the front of my car, because I don't really like a lot of the headlights that come aftermarket with the car. I kind of like the way the stock ones look. I just don't like the chrome housing. And if you guys saw my older video, I think I did last year maybe, I already upgraded all the bulbs to LEDs. So I have the switchback turn signals, I have my LED low beams and my high beams. So they're all LEDs already, but now I'm just gonna take them apart, spray the housing black, and put the halo in. And also from Amazon I bought this the headlight sealant butyl. It's like a rubber seal that goes around it, so when you seal the headlight back together, this is what you use. I'm going to be using the oven. Hopefully my mom doesn't get too mad, but and hopefully I don't start a fire. But if you don't want to use an oven, you could use like a big box and a heat gun, but supposedly the oven's faster, it's better, so I'm just gonna send it with that. First thing we're gonna do here is just pop open the hood and take out your headlights. I'm not really gonna show how to do that. It shouldn't be too difficult. I think it's just 2 bolts and the headlight comes right out. It's not a BMW where you have to take the bumper off to take the headlights off. Who are you? And if you did the LED upgrade like I did, that's probably gonna take you some time, because you have to undo like the connections and the new splices that you made. That's probably what take you most of the time, because you can't put the headlight in the oven with the bulbs in it. You have to take all the bulbs out. So if you have all the original stock bulbs, you should just twist them and come right out. But me, I did a little bit of splicing and made new connections because I have LED bulbs in here. So it's gonna be a little bit more work for me, but I'm used to that by now. And the kit I have here from Lit Lights is by using the app on your phone. I know they used to have a controller, like a little, like one of those LED button controller things that be able to control these, but I didn't see that on their website. Maybe that was an older model or something like that. But now the only option that I saw through their website was the app on your phone. Pretty much the same thing. It might be better than the controller, I don't know. But make sure you got the app. I'm gonna throw the app on the screen, the screenshot somewhere on the screen. Both of the headlights are out of the car. Literally just 2 10mm bolts holding them in on the top. Pull them right out. Make sure to disconnect the headlight, the wiring from the back of it, before you start pulling on them. Alright, so we're inside the kitchen now, and I went ahead and took out all the bulbs from the back. If you didn't do the LED upgrade like I did, this should be pretty straightforward. But since I had the LED bulbs in, I had to take out my connections and whatnot. But now, once all the bulbs are out, there's just 2 screws on the side right here. You got the one right there, and then there's another one right there for you. So take those 2 out, and then this is pretty much ready to go in the oven. I'm going to be setting my oven to 220 degrees, probably for about 5 to 7 minutes. So I have a minute left on the headlights in the oven. I got a couple tools here. Not sure if I'm going to be using them. I've seen people use tools, I've seen people not use tools. A little flathead screwdriver, panel popper, and then these cool things. I've seen them used before. You kind of put them in your seam, you press these together and it kind of pulls them apart. That was not fun. Not at all. But I don't know. I don't feel accomplished really. I'm gonna let this cool off for a little bit. And don't touch the inside lens if you could. So finally, with the lens taken out from the back of the housing, to take the chrome piece out of the lens, on the back here you have 1, 2, 3, 4 screws I'm seeing here. So you want to go ahead and take those out. Be careful again not to touch the back of this lens. Do the best you could. But that wasn't easy. I don't know if people on YouTube said it was easy. Maybe I'm just not good at this, but I struggled. I actually put it in the oven twice. I put it in for 7 minutes at 220 degrees, started pulling it apart, and then once I started it, I put it back in for another 7 minutes, and then when I did that, I was able to pull it apart. And I'm going to be taking out the orange amber on the side. So I believe that there's just a little clip on the back. I just snapped that's not even a big deal. Not a big deal. So now that's out. Alright guys, so as of right now, I kind of jumped ahead a little bit, and I don't know if you guys can see how de-chromed that is compared to this one. And what we're using is, I'm using the abrasive side of a sponge. It works really well. Like if you can see this one here, there's no chrome on that. Well, it's getting there, versus this one. And I'm also going to be keeping, where the directional is, I'm going to be keeping that chrome inside. So what I did was I kept the lens on this. I just covered it with the painter's tape, and this one here is almost done. You just gotta continue working on that for a little bit longer. What I'm using again is just the abrasive side of the sponge, and we're getting there very slowly. And also on this piece here, if I can do this with one hand, the circular part all over here, I'm going to be keeping that, the chrome. I'm just going to be painting this back piece. This back piece, I'm going to be painting that, so I have to scrub that with the sponge as well. But these pieces are getting there slowly.
Should use a scrub daddy.
A scrub daddy. All these are all de-chromed for the most part. And I got my little paint booth set up here. This is the paint I'm going to be using. Rust-Oleum, it's a gloss black. I'm probably going to be hitting this with 2 coats. And then 2 go?
Yeah.
Alright. And then I'm going to let this sit for about 24 hours. And take it from there.
How long between coats?
10 minutes.
Okay. Just wanted to make sure before you get that comment.
Here we go, no turn back. It's now like maybe 3 days later, maybe 4 days, I don't remember. I got kind of lazy, but these had plenty of time to dry. So what I'm gonna do before I get into the rest of this install is I'm just gonna take the tape off of all these pieces. So the tape off these 2 guys, and then I'm gonna take the tape off where the directionals are. How did I get it in there? Oh, I should have closed off the back. Rip. You see the paint in there? I forgot to do that. Oh well. There's a little bit of overspray. Make sure when you do this to block off the back. I screwed up, I forgot to do that. Damn it. Alright, so I just finished drilling out 2 holes. This top one here is a 3/16 hole, and that's going to be for the back of these wires. It's kind of hard to show you guys. Alright guys, so I forgot to mention one thing, and it has to do with the back of the halos. As you can see on the halo on the right side, I cut away the 3M tape that covered the wires. As you can see on the right, they're nice and open up now, versus the one on the left where the tape is still covering the 3M tape. And the reasoning why I did that was so it sits more flush onto the low beam. As you can see in the next clip, it sits a little bit more flush, and you can see quickly behind the halo that there's no tape there. I forgot to mention that, so here's the picture I just threw up for you guys. But this is going to go right into here, and these wires are going to sit right in there. And then I drill the hole on the bottom. This is an 1/8 of an inch hole. It's a lot smaller because I'm going to be using my wires. Bad spot. I'm going to be using this to hold this guy into place. You could use a zip tie, wrap it around, but I'm going to be using this. I think it's going to look a little bit more sleek compared to the zip tie, but that's why I use an 1/8 of an inch hole down here. Alright, so here's a little update. The only thing is, you're going to see that wire a little bit. You can either use that, like I used, or you can use a zip tie. I personally think the wire might look better, to be honest. And here in the back, I just used hot glue. Not sure if that's the right thing to do. You could probably solder that, since that is soldering wire. I didn't do that, whatever. And then I just put a zip tie on the back here. And it does move a little bit, but it's not going to fall off. Now that both of these are finished, I'm going to start putting the headlight stuff back together. And as I said earlier in the video, I bought these markers in like the clear. And I feel like they look a lot better than these orange ones, especially on the black. Looks nice with over here. But go ahead and put these back on, then just assemble everything the same way you guys took it off. So these guys go to here. I think there's 2 screws holding these guys in, if I believe correctly. So now with the light mostly assembled, now again, try your best not to touch inside here. I didn't clean inside there, I'm leaving it the way it is. The front of it looks really dirty at the moment, just because of all like heating it up and putting my fingers on it and all that. But I think I'm just gonna send it, to be honest. I hope I don't scratch the hell out of it. I think that was kind of good. The screws line up. Just put the screws in and you're good. So now this part here is going to be the most annoying part, I feel. And that's going to be laying the new headlight butyl in here. And what I did off of camera, because I wasn't really in the mood to do it at all, so didn't even want to show that on camera. What I did was I kind of picked out some of the original headlight butyl in here. I got most of it out, just so when I have to lay the new butyl inside here, it should be not too difficult to do. I ordered this from Amazon. I forgot how many feet it is. I think it was like 13 feet, I believe. This headlight is now finished for the most part. That was not easy. I think I put a little bit too much of this the headlight sealant stuff on there. What I'm going to be doing for the next one over here was, which I didn't do so much on this one, is as you're putting this in, it is pretty thick right out of the package. So I was just putting it, just like laying it right into the groove, and there was really a lot, and there's hair all over this stuff. So what you guys should do, which makes it a lot easier, is stretch it out a little bit as you're putting it in the groove. Just because if you put it in like this, not stretched, it's going to be really hard, and you're going to have a lot of material inside there. So when it comes time to put the lens onto the back of the housing, it's not going to be easy because there's so much of this stuff on there. Yes, you want a decent amount of this stuff in there so it doesn't leak, but you don't want too much because you're never going to be able to seal this back together. I put a lot on here. Good thing my camera guy benches 315. On this one, I used the heat gun around this to start it, started sealing it on, and then to finish it off, I threw it in the oven for 4 to 5 minutes, not that long, because I was afraid of a halo, for like 4 to 5 minutes for 220 degrees. But I'm gonna do the same thing on this one. Alright, so both lenses are now on. Now this may be overkill, maybe not, but I just want to be extra safe. But I used this vinyl adhesive caulking all along the top here. This is going to dry clear, so you're not going to see that. And I did the same thing on this one over here, because I was not able to get the lens as far back as it was with the original OEM butyl, but I think it is on there enough to hold a nice seal. I also put a lot on, so I think they should be alright. But now I'm probably going to wait another day for all this to dry and turn clear while this kid's just vibing.
Good day, guys.
Alright guys, so I have all the bulbs back in the back. I didn't show that in this video just because it's not really the purpose of this video of were these upgraded LED bulbs, but I have them back into place. The only thing that you guys might gotta do, depending on if you did the LED upgrade, but as you can see from the back right here, I have the wire for the halo coming out of the hole I have drilled in the back of this cap. If you don't have the LED upgrades like I do, you're gonna have to drill a small hole in this. The only reason why I have this big of a hole is because for the back of the bulb, like that. But you guys can probably get away with drilling probably
3/8
quarter-inch hole, probably around there, quarter-inch, 3/8, somewhere around there, to get this wire through there. But I'm just gonna get this onto the car and I'll get back to you guys. Small update. Make sure that your lights work before you connect everything and put all the screws in. I just put them in and plugged the wires in. As you guys saw right there before the lights turned off, they do work. I connected everything properly. So do that before you waste your time. So it is now the following day. It got a little too dark last night to kind of talk. The only thing you guys would have been able to see was the halos, not my face or me talking or whatnot. I've had them in for a day now. I just washed my car as well, so she's nice and clean. No leaking. I didn't see any leaking or any moisture buildup inside, thank God. Halos are still working, and I didn't talk about the app yet, I don't believe. The app, I'm gonna throw the screenshot of it up on the Play Store on the screen. It's also on iOS, don't get to worry about that. And the settings that you have to put them on when you download the app, it is on the screen as well. Also, if you order it through Lit Lights, it's gonna come with a piece of paper. It says like how to connect or connect to your car, something like that. So opening up the app here, this is where it first brings you to. And it's gonna have all of your things up here. My kit recommended me to connect to this one. So after you click on SP11, it says connected. Alright. And down here, I'm on GRB SK6812 at 100 pixels. And as you can see right up here, I have my toggle switch on and off. So as soon as I hit that switch, these lights should pop on. Alright. Just like that. The lights are now on. Go back to here, press enter. And now this, you either got your solid colors. I'm not going to really talk about this too much. But so you got your solids, whatever color you want. Blue, yellow, green, red. And then along the solids, you do have 120 presets. I'm not going to go through all 120 presets, but yeah, you guys should get the point. Now before I lose daylight once again, it is like 4:30. It's almost 24 hours from that last clip. I'm still in my work clothes. I got home from work, washed my car, but that's beyond the point. Let me pop the hood in and show you guys how I wired them. So before showing you guys underneath the hood, I don't know if you guys can recall, but in the kit it also came with extension wires, like to go from that headlight across and up to the battery. I did not use any of the extensions. It just fit by maybe like an inch without using the extension cables, so no extensions were needed. So I'm going to start from this headlight over here. So this headlight wire comes around here and it connects right to here. And this is where you would normally put the extender on, but I did not even use the extender. It fit pretty good. And then this, when I have all my stuff zip tied right here. And then this guy, 3M taped them right here to the side of my air intake. And you guys might notice I don't have the that snorkel, air snorkel on here. It wasn't fitting because my intercooler took that off a long time ago. But I have these wires zip tied right up here. So that one connected right here. this goes to here, and then this headlight comes here. All right, they both go to here, and then together as a whole, they both go from here straight back. I have them tucked right along here and over to my battery. And then from here you got your positive and your negative. Alright guys, so that should be pretty much it for this video. It's probably on the longer side once again, like all my videos, but at this point I'm just accepting the fact that my videos are at least 10 to 15 minutes. That should be pretty much it guys. If you guys have any questions, please leave them down in the comments below. I most likely will answer you within the first day or maybe in the first couple hours, but whatever. Make sure to like and subscribe guys, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.